Hello everyone, this is Orc Chef Cooker, and as promised, I'm here with the new game, Marble World. As I said, it came out on May 7th, a little over 9 o'clock. It is $11.99, and according to the recent notes on the game, it has received its first patch. This is the very first course I ever made. Not in any way perfect, but it still works. There we go, now it's getting a higher return. Now, there are many different pieces, and I can show you most of them as this course, Alexa stop, as this course used most of them. Those gates are starting gates. If you press the F button, they'll spawn marbles. And if you press the bracket keys, they'll open and close. This is an elevator. It's one of the upward pieces, and there's 4 different varieties, each with different length. There's also 2 stairs, 2 fish tooth escalators, which I did not know what they were called until reading it just now. There is also an upward and downward curving piece of track. The one with the holes, it doesn't seem to have a name. It just says a large track with holes in it. And there's also funnels, which this one utilizes to perfection. Despite a slight jam in the split. There's also split and merge pieces. There's only one merge piece, but there's 3 splits. One is a 4 direction, and these 2 are just small versions of that. This part right here is a shape. There's plenty of other shapes, so you can barricade the sides of the track to make sure marbles don't fall off. Which I've done in my other 2 courses. And they work far better than this one. This is a pipe. They exist in the straight, curved, basically just a straight and curved for now. Now, you probably noticed that these tracks spawn a lot of marbles. Well, if you click on them, you'll be able to edit how many spawn in. The max is 180 currently. There are 14 different skins, and if you click one of them, it'll only spawn that ball. There's also 17 effects. And my 2nd and 3rd tracks seem to have a little bit of a bug where they're stuck with a certain effect. Just like these flaming marbles. This one has this. This one doesn't have a single effect, but this one has the flame one chosen, and since I don't have a single marble selected, it's spawning random marbles. See? If you don't have one selected, well, if you have one selected, it'll only spawn that one type. Have two selected, it's a 50-50 mix. 4 selected, a 25 mix. And there are also 4 animated ones as well. A rainbow ball, and 3 different lava balls. Now you might notice that there's marbles everywhere. Allow me to show you what happens when you fill up the room completely with marbles. This game has a built-in FPS tracker, so if it falls below a certain FPS, the game slows down entirely. However, you can get rid of all of these marbles by just going up to the marble count and clicking delete all marbles. That way you can clear it and set something else up. Like, for example, setting these up. And maybe typing in, I don't know, Cam Man. Also, one thing I didn't say before doing that is that if you press the right and left arrow keys, you can speed up or slow down the game at will. And trust me, given how slow these stupid escalators go up, you'll want to keep it at high speed. So I wouldn't recommend overfilling the world just yet. Now, I was working on the second and third track yesterday. Quit after each and every time. Mainly because, even though this game is fun, and I do really like playing it, I don't want to get too wrapped up in it. Also, the developer recently added boosters to the decorations physics section. Helpful if you need help getting marbles to slow down, split, or speed up. Although placing too many may stop the marble flow entirely. If you press the delete key, you can get rid of it. And of course, certain items do come with a settable parameter. Some don't. In fact, most don't. It's just the physics items. Now I should just move this out for a second. There, the marbles are still getting onto the track. even if they're stopped by the board. Of course, if you don't put a hill like this leading up to a flat piece, there's a chance they'll stop on the track. So unless you're intentionally trying to slow them down for something, I would not recommend it. And apparently you can also load different worlds while you're in one. Now this is a recent completion of mine. Track B. Having 5 different, 4 different spawning gates. The elevator blocked off by those four little shapes down here. I colored it rainbow so it's hard for you to see the border. But basically, it comes up this very long elevator, which I will now speed up. And it comes down the spiral into that tube, into this box, onto these two. It's supposed to come down here, but I've been experiencing jams. It comes onto this physics piece after going through that one, then down a hill all the way to the end and back onto the ramp. Now this is the first time I ever used something like this in one of my tracks. And I was using this to make sure they wouldn't go off this corner. And that is one of the bounce pads. I don't know why this damn thing is slowing down. Thankfully I managed to get this fixed. And here comes the seesaw. Once it completely fills up, all the marbles on it will shoot down the track. And they'll shoot towards the exit, where they're blocked by those 3 giant cubes and drop back onto the spawn ramps. And the cycle continues. This one has a higher success rate than my last one. And since it does have a higher success rate, that means this goes down more often. I was thinking of building something with multiple, but unfortunately, I'm not to that stage yet. And here's my most recent one. I completed this one yesterday, before I decided to play Gorn on my headset. In this one, it's a simple loop. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bays, each holding about 180 marbles. Alexa, what is 180 times 7?
180 times 7 is 1,260.
Oh, it probably tells me right there. 1,260 marbles in total. They go into this tube, loop around, are shot into this box, which I got off of one of Dre's videos, which I mentioned yesterday. They are carried up 2 long conveyors, up to another loop, filled with 4 boost tracks, each set to a boost thing of 20 to make sure they don't stick, and then sent down this ramp into this little funnel I made out of planks and then down onto the track. This one has had the highest success rate of all. Ah, crap. Oh well, thankfully it's not slowing it down forcefully again. Now this is by a large margin successful. However, some of the marbles have been rolling back into the box and out. Mainly because I forgot to put a back panel on this damn thing. Something I plan on fixing. But not yet. Anyway, these marbles are almost to the second one. And as you can see, there's a spot in here where they roll into the second conveyor. Some of them have, for some reason, fallen back into the box. However, that is not a very big deal, as they keep rolling forward. Okay, it's almost to the top. Speed this up a little bit. Okay, almost there. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. It hits the boosters down the ramp, hits that board, and is shot back onto the track. A very high success. And in the release notes, they added sounds for the marbles hitting the track. So they will hit the track, making a lot of sound, but however, they will not always make it back onto the track. Given the large amount of marbles, it's always flowing continuously. And if the developer could make a faster version of this, then marbles would be going everywhere, and this game would be slowing down even further. But it would also make tracks easier. And this is what it looks like inside the pipes. Seems to be working perfectly. Other than the site mess. Oh, and it also has an autosave. Hold on. Yes?
Is there cover on the side of your computer?
Hold on, let me check. Yes, it is. Anyway, now with that little interruption dealt with, just put it back onto this, It has 3-axis rotation. Make sure this is lined up the back. Control V. Oh wait, Control C, Control V. Bring it down, left. And let's try this again. Gates up, F, and launch. Going to the box, and are getting out. Good. And they're slowly trickling out and pushing the marbles back further. So now the only thing causing spillage is this. The mechanism I built to catch the marbles. I tried using the physics spinners here, but unfortunately they don't really work on vertical stacked against one another. Wait a second, I know that marble texture. Marbles on stream. Something tells me they had a hand in developing this. Would make sense. Too bad I don't do Twitch. Mainly because I find their marble races unfair. To be honest, I probably should have just done that and saved myself the trouble. One to three marbles seem to be shooting off the track at that turn. and even more when I come down to repeat the track. Some are lucky enough to stay on, some of them aren't. And 25 minutes is a good stopping point. I know in my last video I said I'd show you guys how to make one of these maps, but if you get the game you can learn yourself, and to be honest, it takes a long time for me to make just this. And I've only been playing the game for 2 days. I'll leave a link to the Steam page in the description, mainly because I had to buy it off their website instead of on the desktop app, because for some reason the store is screwing up, for me at least. It may not for you. The game's $11.99, and they also have a Discord, which I linked in my last video, the one about Mine Night. So, if you want to join them, do it. They have a suggestion tab, so you can tell the developer what you'd like to see in the game, any bugs, they have a tab for that. General track sharing, which I have not participated in yet. I found a video of one of Dre's latest ideas on there, a giant Plinko machine, where a giant table filters out a bunch of marbles coming up 6 different elevators into 6 different colored pipes onto 6 different things down a table into one conjoined large thing, and then they make a huge loop back up. I can't remember how he made it go back up. Maybe he used escalators, maybe he used some sort of trip using the boosters, I don't know. Well, one thing I do know is that one of Scrapman's ideas had him building a loop that goes up vertically and putting boosters in it to keep the marbles rolling. And it actually worked, which is impressive. And he actually was playing the game before it released, and that's how he actually discovered it. So like I said, check out Dre, check out Scrapman, check them out if you're curious about this game before buying it, and make sure you keep watching my videos on this game, because I will be posting regularly. Well, hopefully. Must have pressed the pause button by accident. And they actually recently updated it to increase the max marbles per world. And yes, there is a maximum. So I will leave this video here. Mainly because I need to get some lunch. And like I said, I'm going to turn this into a series. Hopefully you guys like it. This is Orc Chef Cooker. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. This is Orc Chef Cooker signing out.